One of the major powerful side effects of the left versus right BS, Tom and Jerry, Roadrunner Coyote show is that people on either side of the aisle are unable to agree with the right things that the other side may say, which is detrimental to the truth, because a broken clock is right twice a day, but the left won't say the right is right about anything. The right won't say the left is right about anything, for fear that people in their own camp might call the rightists leftists and the leftists rightists. And here's an example from leftist propagandist Brian Tyler Cohen, who says some right things in his criticism of Donald Trump's inability to accept any criticism. Check this out.
It looks like Donald Trump has now turned his attention to attacking Fox News hosts, of all people. To set the stage here, just days ago, after Trump's Art of the Dealership Tesla commercial on the White House lawn.
That was pretty good. Art of the Dealership.
This aired on Fox.
Out there, he surveyed some cars. It was happening as, Americans' 401k accounts were facing some struggles because of this tariff war happening right now. Was that an appropriate thing for the president to do there? Was it sensitive to the moment that we're in, buying a car, using the White House as a backdrop for that?
Well, I think that is a legitimate question. Trump deserves just as much criticism for being a car salesman as Joe Biden deserved for being a Jeep car salesman. Ain't no place for that kind of stuff. They're not there championing the cause of your business. They're not trying to push your products or services. Stay the frick out of it if you're the president of the United States. And you have special interest groups like Tesla, like Jeep, like any corporation who basically owns presidents of the United States.
First of all, he's promoting American-made products. I applaud him for doing that. He's not the first president to do that. Most presidents have done something like it in the past.
And because Trump has skin thinner than the most delicate strand of silk, he felt the need to weigh in. Posting today on Truth Social, I watched Jackie Heinrich from Fox over the weekend, and I thought she was absolutely terrible. She should be working for CNN, not Fox. Not surprisingly, I later found out that she's a fan of the White House correspondent.
Unbelievable that the president of the United States would come off the wall with all the important things that he's doing so that he can criticize a lowly corporate media talking head for offering just a little bit of criticism that was formulated in a question. Just asking, hey, was this really appropriate to do with people's 401ks going down? Was it a little tone deaf? She wasn't even that harsh about it. And Trump took serious offense. This guy couldn't be more insecure and thin-skinned.
Association. So that we're clear, Trump felt the need to attack a host on a network that apparently isn't already groveling enough because she committed the cardinal sin of not aligning herself 100% with everything he says or does. I mean, I'm sorry, but have you ever seen a human being so fragile, so aggressively insecure that unless he gets 100% total absolute fealty, he will personally attack you? Like, this guy is the president of the United States. How do you become the president and still retain so much insecurity that you feel the need to lash out at a reporter on a friendly network for a week-old story because you're just that incapable of letting even the smallest perceived slight go by without lashing out?
But you know what's interesting about this is that Brian Tyler Cohen, because he is a leftist progressive propagandist, won't offer the same kind of criticism for, say, Hillary Clinton, who didn't just attack on a social media post, but actually went on the attack. I mean, to the point where Arkansas is kind of a word. Somebody got under Bill or Hillary Clinton's craw, and they were pretty much Clintonized.
Surprisingly, Heinrich is getting backup from at least one colleague who isn't so obsequious that he'll cow to Trump's every move. Brit Hume took to Twitter writing, "I watched her too. She plays it straight, covering both sides of a story, and has certainly played fair with you. You may have a case against some White House reporters, but not Jackie Heinrich."
So Brit Hume is not, he's a propagandist as well. So you got a propagandist, Brian Tyler Cohen, on the left side, criticizing, or actually, in this case, offering something positive about Brit Hume, who offers something positive about another corporate propagandist, but they're all basically clowns making fun of clowns inside a 3-ring circus filled with clowns as the clowns pile out of the clown car. So Brian Tyler Cohen is just as much of a clown as Donald Trump, is just as much of a clown as Joe Biden or any of these corporate talking head prostitutes.
In fact, the optics were so egregious that even Fox's Peter Doocy asked Trump about the tone deafness of hawking cars while the rest of the country is watching their 401ks plummet and costs surge.
Now, we talked about this in a previous video, but watch how Peter Doocy presents this question to Donald Trump in a very light, kid glove type of fashion, tiptoeing on the totalitarian eggshells. I hope I don't upset the king here, but I'm going to go ahead and ask this question just to kind of make the WWE show look a little bit more believable.
What is your message, President Trump? Buying a new car while there are some folks who will see this clip at home and they are struggling with their retirement accounts down at the moment, uncertainty about work ahead.
Well, I think it's about as softball as you could possibly get it by displaying a feeble front of, well, I got to push back just a little bit. Even if I just make it a blow, it's got to look like it's not a fake folding chair that I'm coming off the top rope to plant on Trump's head.
Do great. I think our country had to do this. We had to go and do this. They've taken away, other countries have taken away our business. They've taken away our jobs. I did it initially very strongly against, as you know, China and some others in the first term. And it was a very successful term. We had no inflation. We had the greatest economy in the history of our country. And then we had COVID, which we had to straighten out. So I didn't want to be doing anything with respect to other countries at that time. And we did a great job with it. We handed the stock market over. It was higher than it ever was. And think of that, higher than it ever was to that point before. And nobody thought that was even possible. We did a great job. But we had the greatest economy in history. This economy, in my opinion, is going to blow it away. But what I have to do is I have to get the workers back. I have to get the factories open. We have 90,000 factories and plants are closed from what you had just prior to NAFTA, which is not very long ago. 90,000, think of it, 90,000 factories and plants are closed from what it was. And it's just not right. So, and we gave it away. Presidents before me gave it away, and I could name every one of them. But they gave it away, and we're taking it back. We're taking our jobs back.
And of course, the ultimate irony is that the hill Trump has decided to die on here is that he used the White House South Lawn for a taxpayer-funded commercial to help further enrich not regular Americans, but the wealthiest person on the face of the earth.
Wow.
But Joe Biden also did that, and Brian Tyler, propagandist, didn't say anything. And real quick, let me just show you. This happened in the last week or so. That's when Tesla dropped to 222.15, and then Trump gave it that little bump with the art of the dealership, as Brian Tyler Cohen, aptly puts it, with Donald Trump promoting Tesla. And then it went up to 230 and then to 248, but then it saw its peak just touching 250, only to go down again to 225, which was almost as low as it was when Trump made that announcement. And then now it's stabling out at around 236. So not much of a bump for Tesla. As a matter of fact, a lot of people are expecting the stock to plummet even further. It's down 33% in the last 30 days. In year to date, it is down 37% for the year 2025.
That's beautiful. This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer. That's beautiful. Wow. When did you buy?
Which car are you going to buy?
All this, by the way, all this is planned. They planned this stuff in advance. They've got these cars shined up. They got them lined up right in front of the White House. It's all a plan. Would not even doubt that, him getting in the car and saying, "Oh my God, it's a computer. This is beautiful. This is a wonderful car." I wouldn't doubt all that was planned too.
I like is that one.
How does this work?
And I want that same color.
Are you going to put down a credit card? Elon, would you take a personal check from the president?
I do it the old I give checks. I like checks. You know?
I think his credit's good.
Do you still have access?
You know, I like a check better than this modern system of all of a sudden there's money in your account, nobody knows. I like
This is all very, very disgusting.
signing a check.
And in case you had any doubt about the extent to which this was a commercial, here is a photo taken by Getty photographer Andrew Harnick. Trump is quite literally reading from a Tesla sales pitch. You can literally see the prices on that piece of paper. If he was a used car salesman on a lot, this wouldn't look any different. So let's recap here. The market is in freefall. We've officially entered correction territory. Trump himself won't even rule out the prospect of a recession. And yet, his priority these days is doing a commercial on the White House lawn for the literal richest man in the world. I hope everybody who voted for Trump on this pretense that he would lower costs only to watch him crash the economy can see where his focus is.
Let me just show you where Brian is lying here. We have not really entered correction territory. We're only typical. I mean, let's just say the high was 45. It barely hit 45. So let's say it was at 45. Now it's at 42. It's lost 3,000. When you're talking about correction territory over the course of the last 5 years, you're talking of a correction 6,500 to 10,500. We're not even close to correction territory. So while when you look at it from the 1 month chart, lost 5%, from the 6 month chart, it's not even down 0.25%. So we have not hit, and over the year to date, unlike Tesla that's down about 38%, the Dow is only down about 1%. And from the last year, it's actually up 6.8%. Over the 5 years, it's up 118%. So just over the last year, this isn't exactly, look at this. Let's just call it 45, 44.8, 45, down to the lowest of 48, so 41. So that's only 4,000. It's already done a little bit of bounce. It's not going to be in a corrective territory until it loses, let's say 45, let's say 7,000. So it's not correction until we hit about 38. So here's the 38 right here. If we go below that 38,703, we are in correction territory. We're not even close right now. We are 6,000 away from that. So Brian Tyler Cohen doesn't even know what the hell he's talking about with regard to the market heading into or being in a major correction.
Right now. Because it's not on you. It is. I hope everybody who voted for Trump on this pretense that he would lower costs only to watch him crash the economy can see where his focus is right now.
The economy hasn't exactly crashed yet. Like I said, you can't consider it correction territory until it's reached 38 or 39,000 on the Dow.
Because it's not on you, it is on the one guy who has more money than most of the rest of the United States combined. And in case you had any doubt that helping Elon and his stock price were what Trump was trying to do, well, here's Trump quite literally just coming out and saying it.
This gets downloaded as well. You can thump your music.
You can do it. I just looked at it. I looked at that dashboard. You can do anything.
Mr. President, do you buying a Tesla will boost Tesla sales and boost
Well, I
their
hope
stock?
it does. Look.
Was that your goal?
I care
by doing
about
this?
one thing.
You know that it will. As a matter of fact, before he even did this, why wouldn't you call a couple of your buddies or just let them know, here's what I'm going to do on the White House lawn. I'm going to line up a bunch of shiny Teslas. I'm going to get in one. I'm going to have Elon Musk by my side. We're going to talk about how great this American made product is and how you should get one. And I'm going to buy one. So you should too. What do you think that's going to do? The stock market, it went up 15% the next day. So if you have that tip off, that insider trading information, you can make a ton of money on some bets. And he could have planned this out 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. Hey, here's what we're going to do for Tesla stock. So you better go ahead and get in now. Could have done it 3 weeks ago. They could have put some call options in and reap the benefits of that insider trading information. Don't think that they don't do this. So when you got rightist or leftist propagandists like Brian Tyler Cohen coming against him and saying some right things, he'll say some wrong things as well. And he will not tell you who owns Donald J. Trump. Israel owns Donald J. Trump. Miriam Adelson owns Donald J. Trump. If they didn't own him, we wouldn't be. He's, 50 something days, 55, 56 days into his presidency. He's already given away $16 billion to Israel. Crazy stuff. But he won't say it because he doesn't want to be labeled anti-S. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and global thought police in the comment section below. The takeaway of this video is the propaganda lie, the left versus right, dog and pony, Tom and Jerry show, is that there are some abiding detrimental side effects that happen in the brains of those Bryans, in the Bryans of those, in the brains of those who submit to the left versus right paradigm lie. And that is, you can't even accept the truth if it comes off of the lips of somebody who's in the other camp. And that goes for both sides. Leave your thoughts. If you like these videos, share them, give them a like. It's free to subscribe. It's free to hit the bell notification icon. If you want to support the channel further, the links are in the description. I will see you guys in the next video on The Disturbing Illusion.